Hey guys, Amanda Allison here, Lash and Lippy Chicky, what's up? So I wanted to today introduce you to some facial coverage options that you guys have through our range. Anybody who knows me will know what I like, but let's introduce them to you so that you have a really good indication of what you can use. So starting off with our mineral concealers. These guys are creams. I have two shades personally myself. One's in velour, rep my shade. Second one here is in scarlet when I decide to highlight my my face. Your concealers can be used to hide imperfections on your face. Now thankfully at the moment I don't have much because I have been using this range for a little while, so I don't have much to conceal, but I do like to highlight my best features being my eyes and my cheeks for when I smile. Apples of your cheeks always get you going. Moving on from there, you have a couple of different ranges. What I personally like to do, if I'm just going out for the day, going to do school runs, errands, etc., I will go into my my BB Flawless Bisque, which matches your velour, which translate to your velour. If you need a link to help you show you the difference between colours being in your creams or your BBs or your liquid touch foundations, then let me know and I can put the links down below. So velour translates to bisque in your BB cream. You can use it by itself. It's a nice moisturizing cream, or you can marry it with the concealer of your choice, and that gives you a little bit more coverage. It's very nice and dewy to go on, especially for somebody who has maybe dry skin. I used to have oily complexion. Using the Unique range has certainly changed that, and this one here, these two here married together, is a very nice way to just give me a nice coverage on my face. Makes me feel confident as well as doing my other features on the face, just for a quick look. If I want to go into town and I really want to look flawless, I will use my concealer and then marry it with my Touch Liquid Foundation. Touch Liquid Foundation goes on as a liquid, dries as a powder. This gives fantastic coverage. It doesn't take much per application. It takes about 5 drops on your brushes and it looks absolutely amazing once you find the shade that's correct for you. There are usually 2 shades that you'll use in a whole year, being a summer season and a winter season. Velour shades usually go to a taffeta in the summer, given that they tan easily. Or you'll get the organza going into maybe chiffon if you burn easily. So you'll always find yourself having 2 shades in the course of a year going from your summer to your winter season. So make sure you do the quiz. If you need help with the quiz, find me on Facebook and ask for the quiz. Otherwise, go to your nearest rep in your area and ask for the quiz to find out your shade. I'm sure they will help you colour match you. Going to now if you prefer to just for a very quick look, you can go into your pressed powders. Your pressed powders are a very nice simple finish. They come in the floppy there, floppy sponge there. I do prefer to use our powder brush, foundation brush, powder puff brush, dab, press. A couple of different ways to apply foundation, depending on if you've got oily skin, then you can feel free to just swirl it around your face. If you've got dry, flaky skin, you don't want to be swirling all that skin around. You want to be pressing and setting. So dab, and then just press it on your face. That's just pushing the skin down, making sure that you're not going to aggravate the loose skin, which is going to create patchy looks. We do have the little mirror there that will show you how to apply your look, and of course your little cover there so that it comes across through there. I do have children, so apparently my makeup gets played with. You can go into a creamy foundation look. This one here again, as I rep my shade, I'm in velour for the winter time, and you do have that option to go into the creamy, more dewier look. You can obviously use your floppy on that one, or you can go into one of your blending buds. The blending buds, they come in small and large. What you can do, soak them in water, give it a really good squeeze out. What that does is that it just means that your foundation doesn't seep into the sponge. The water creates a barrier, which means that your foundation only sits on the top of the sponge, and when you apply it to your face and then you blend it in, it's going to go onto your face rather than soak in and waste into your sponge. You have the bigger side for the blending there. You have the smaller side there for going into intimate and small corners, concentrating on those small outlets and through there going in, and yeah, the areas that you need to really concentrate on. And of course you've got the small one there depending on user's choice. So those are our blending buds. They work really well with the cream through there. I prefer to use tools such as the foundation brush there. This is one of our initial foundation brushes. The foundation brush I use with my BB Flawless. I usually pop that onto my hand, dab it on my hand, then dab it all around my face, and then just mix into my face. For our foundation brush, foundation there, I usually go into our liquid foundation there. There's two ways to apply this. You can pop your foundation into the little well in the middle there, and then have the outside bristles buff it onto your skin, or you can drop 5 dots on the outside edge there. As you can see the dimensions of that brush through there, and then just dot it all over your face so that you look like a leopard, and then you buff it all in. Very good with that, just saying. To follow up with those, we do have some other skincare, some other coverages that will accentuate your features of your face. We do have blushes through there. They come in a different a lot of different ranges through there. I have Seductive, and going into my blusher brush range, I usually go into the blusher brush. I never used to be a blusher brush girl, but a dab of that and then a sweep up the side, give it a bit of a blend, and you have some natural cheeks happening. From there we did get introduced to our sculpting palette. The sculpting palette has 3 palettes to it, plus instructions on the inside. You'll have your contour edge there that helps to create definition underneath your cheekbones. What that does is everything that this touches shows a synced in feeling, so it contours, makes it look slimmer. Our highlighting powder there pops your features, so it will jump out under your eyes there where it's all sunken in the bags. If you're not using an uplift by now, use your uplift, but that will jump out and that will pop out and give you features. And then your illuminating 3D cream, which will give you a nice shimmering effect, good for underneath your eyebrows there. But those helpful instructions there will tell you where to go on your face with that one there. And you can also get your contours brush. This one here for your contour side, this one here for your powder side. That one there, this brush here is very good, married well with that set there. There was another area, oh yes we have, the Beachfront bronzers. This bronzer is a very good bronzer. It comes in 3 different shades, Sunset, Malibu and Hermosa. Sunset being the lightest. It has a matte side and a shimmer side. And you can just use a powder puff brush, swirl that all around and then blend your face. What I like to do with this one here is I will use this as my last setting on my face. So once I've done either the BB cream or the liquid foundation, and then I'll do my blusher, my highlighting, and then I'll finish my face with a sun-kissed look in the in Sunset, and do it all over my face and down my neck so that it's all blended. And then I have my look, which means that I'm not pasty white in the winter time, but it does look like I have a healthy glow to me, which is what I quite like. I did used to start using the shimmer side on this side underneath my cheeks through there, but now I get to go from that look to my my sculpting trio, so that's been quite exciting to have the 2 options on that one. So those there are your different ways to give coverage to your face, and the different ways to apply them with your different brushes. So it's user's choice, definitely user's choice on what you find is going to work for you. You do have lots of options. You can go between different ways, or and make sure with your brushes, please make sure you wash your brushes at least once a week, depending on which ones you use the most. That way you're not going to get cross-contamination as such with the different makeups that you use, especially your eye brushes. Your eye brushes, they need to be washed once a week at least, because then you're not transferring different colors onto your eyes. Doing this doesn't help much. I mean, you'll be able to see like a little bit of color come off, but it's always nice to have a nice fresh clean brush the next week. So that's from me. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys soon.